Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. For uses of use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, education, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now let's start this dang show.
You don't have any fights this week? Oh man, we gotta have some fights.
So, and I told
what is up? Dad, oh wait, I got audio. That was me. All right, okay.
Hey, what did I do?
Oh, no. That was me. My bad. I was my phone was hitting the audio, whatever. Anyways, we're here. We're back. Hey, it is Wednesday, Cage Match Wednesday, almost to the draft. But you know, there was big news. Asylum.
Yeah, right after we had a damn show.
I know. And then, you know, and then we hear about that we got cousins coming in. No, not the ones that are related to you or the ones that hit on you and try to say that you are riding someone's coattails or you are that guy with the glasses. No, this is a quarterback presence. And for that one who heard that, they know who they are, who I'm talking about. So anyways, Asylum, how are you doing?
I am doing I'm doing fine. I've got a lot of shit going on. I've got so many balls up in the air, but you know what? I'm going to sit here and try to keep them in the air while I'm here with you doing this show, giving our opinion on this new situation with the Raiders.
Yes. And, you know, it's, how do you say? A lot of folks love it. Some folks say, but what happened with his time in Atlanta? But we're gonna get into all that. But Asylum, I just want to say that you said this about a year or two ago. You said, you know what, we should get the services of Kirk Cousins, and then he signed that big deal with Atlanta, and you're like, well, not for that much, so I'm fine.
Yeah, we did bring that up when he was a free agent at the time. That was that was the year we got Gardner Minshew instead.
Yes.
And, you know, I said, you know, out of what we had, you know, I said it would have been nice to have a Kirk Cousins, right? I mean, because you gotta remember, he was coming off of playing very well in Minnesota, revitalizing that career of his. Now, I did say he was kind of that stopgap, right? I mean, I did not think, you know, when he signed with Minnesota, I mean, Atlanta, it was like 5 years, $180 million or some shit like that. Something crazy. And I didn't want to quite go that far. I was looking for like a 3-year, $80 million contract.
It's like when you go to the lot, you're like, you know what? I'm looking for a new car or a certified used one. Oh, we got this 19. Oh, it is 19. We got this 2025. It's only 16,000. Okay, you know what? How about what do you got in the back? Something. Give me a bargain guy. Oh well, we got this Minshew. Oh, I'll take that one. That's $2 million for 2 years or whatever it was. Was it 2,002? I forgot it was.
I mean, did we sign before Cousins got signed, or did he get signed? I mean, yeah, I remember at that time we were dealing with what?
We had
coach.
we had
being a head coach, and Spytek as the G was Spytek was the GM at the time, right? No. No, it was see now you throw me off. It was Telesco. That's right. We liked Telesco's draft. His off-season work needed some help.
Yeah. And whoever hired the offensive coordinator, they're all fired. So I guess they don't need to be fired because they're already fired.
Look. We're wiping the slate clean. This is a whole new everything. So that's what we're going to focus on, what's in front of us right now. And what do we have to talk about today? Your favorite cousin. Kirk Cousins.
Let's not get it twisted. All right, here we go. Let's first. We all heard about it. We all saw it. We were all like, wait a minute. Hold on. We got Kirk Cousins. How is that going to work? Because we saw the contract. But first, let's start. I want to show this.
Exactly. That was what, I mean, this contract has been talked a lot about.
Yeah, so, see, I'm all over the place. Let's do that, okay? Let's do that. All right, let's look at Kirk Cousins, okay? All right, here we go. And then we'll get into the video, and then we'll do our thing, and then here we go. All right, Kirk Cousins signs with the Raiders, 37 years old, 14 seasons, 174 games, 66.7 completion percentage throughout his career, 7.6 average passing average, 44,700 yards for passing, 298 touchdowns, and 131 interceptions. The last 2 seasons, they were with Atlanta. I should have put that on there, but I didn't. 2024, 14 games, 66.9 completion percentage. About 3,500 yards, 7.7 average, 18 touchdowns, and 60 interceptions. He was in and out of lineup in his second year.
Well, last year. That year, he just come off that Achilles injury.
Well, that was the
or is that was 25.
He got signed. Didn't he rupture his Achilles? They were talking about trading him or he was getting a big contract. He got hurt. Then I think he got the extension, not the extension, but the franchise tag, and then he got the year with
Atlanta.
No,
I thought he was.
He got in 2023. Then he signed with Atlanta 2024.
Yeah, he got hurt in 23.
Yes,
and then that's why they moved on and went with who was it? Sam Darnold. No, actually, it was JJ McCarthy.
Then he got hurt against us.
Anyways, yeah, I thought he got hurt in 23 and was basically coming back in 24 based off, the injury and everything. And that's why things weren't quite right. The interceptions to TD ratio, not happy about that one. But coming off an Achilles injury like that, most quarterbacks
don't put that bad juju.
Shy about what they could do.
Yeah.
Because they don't quite trust it yet. And then he had the whole panic bullshit he had to deal with as well.
Well, it's the same thing you said when you saw Geno Smith's numbers last year. You said, I don't like that touchdown. Don't put that bad juju or we're going to have to call Al Jobu. I ain't got a bottle at my disposal right now to try to wash the negativity that you almost spewed right now on the screen, Kay?
I just said I didn't like those numbers in that year, but I gave a legitimate reason why they could be that way.
I'm just saying, Kay.
Gino's problem was he's colorblind. He doesn't see color.
He that's why he got paid the big bucks, Kay.
That's why he got paid.
But okay. I want to play this with Pat McAfee. So here's Pat McAfee talking about the signing. This is with Schefter. So here we go.
Shifty.
And on that note about Kirk Cousins, his personality feels like one that is going to gel well with Fernando, and Fernando is going to gel well with Kirk Cousins. And Fernando is not a guy who will feel like threatened by this, and I don't think Kirk will either. Kirk's been in this situation before. From the human side, let alone just on the field side of him being comfortable with the offense and being able to tell Fernando what he needs to be looking for in the offense in which the head coach is going to have for the entirety of his career. The human aspect really works too, I think, Greeny, which I think is a huge
Absolutely. Deal. Shefty made a great point about this morning when this story broke. It happened while we were on, and I hadn't thought of it this way. Kirk Cousins did not choose to go to Atlanta with Michael Penix there. Kirk Cousins went to Atlanta believing he was going to be the starting quarterback, no questions asked, and then they blindside him by taking Penix, and he winds up in a role where he's part starter, part mentor, and because he is such a consummate pro, and I think from what everyone says, such a good guy, he probably handled it as well as that situation can be handled. He's coming to this situation with his eyes wide open. Everyone knows this eventually becomes Fernando Mendoza's team. And Kirk Cousins, I have to believe, would have had other opportunities in other places. So he's choosing this willingly. He understands that part of his job, maybe the most important part of his job, is to help Fernando Mendoza get ready. So he's doing that of his own accord, which means, I think by definition, he's comfortable with it.
So he's saying that he knows the situation going in as of compared to when he went in 2024, where he got the big contract, was supposed to be the guy. And then they trade up. They get the quarterback that everyone thought we were going to get.
Thank you.
And Kirk Cousins was like, hold on. Who is this Michael Penis here? Why is it here? That's an extra. It's Penix. Penis, whatever. Okay. I don't like it here. There's only one. Never mind. So with that, I guess you can say that the negative view is, well, he wants to be a starter. And he's getting paid. Let's go back to that graphic. He's getting paid. The Raiders gave him $172 million for 5 years. He's gonna want to be a starter because you remember Asylum. Speaking of Minshew, when Minshew came in, we're like, no, we already have a quarterback, and it's this guy right here. And everyone's all like, no, Minshew has got a starting quarterback salary. They're going to go with him because he's the one that has all the money, which was like, it was like what, it was like $4 million for 2 years or something. That was like $2 million per year. Short contract.
More than that.
I forgot.
It was more than that. He was making
or $6 million.
Wasn't it like $8 million a year, $10 million a year, some shit like that?
Yeah, but it was in that gray area of that's still decent money for a backup that experienced backup. But it was like, no, you got to start because look what they spent on him. They have to start him. If they go and start Aiden O'Connell before him, then they just waste the money.
And you're going to hear the same fucking thing after the draft. How the fuck do you draft a quarterback at number 1 overall, not even first round, 1 overall, and not start him?
This sounds like, are we going to do another quarterback debate like we did 2 years ago?
Anyways, we're going to go back into this. But the difference between this and Minshew is, yes, he's probably Well, not even probably. From what we're hearing, he is starting week 1. And
that would be the smart thing.
Well, we've heard it from our minority owner. We've now heard it from our GM. We've also heard it from our head coach.
Yes.
The ideal thing to do is to sit him behind an adult. I'm just quoting the coach there.
Yeah.
So, but the big difference here between that and Mendoza, and I think his situation in Atlanta to now, is he's not being blindsided. You know, as I said, he knows why he's there. So this is a twofold thing. He's there to start. He's there to mentor Mendoza, but he's also there to show everybody to go. He's got a 1-year chance to revitalize his career, to show that Atlanta was a fluke, right? Because he comes from Minnesota, where he had played well, got that big contract from Atlanta, and because he was coming off that injury, didn't play so well. Then all of a sudden, you know, Michael Penis comes in, and now it's, you know, this big old fucking just this, you know, thing that kind of rattles you sometimes. So here's his audition. That's what I was looking for. Here's his chance to audition for other teams. Whether he gets cut or traded, remember, if he fucking has a spectacular year and is still planning on Mendoza to start next year, all he does is raise his trade capital, and teams that might be needy hitting up the Raiders saying, hey, is he available for trade? We know you want to start Mendoza. So, you know, as well as the other part I was going with this is he's coming in here knowing the system already. So, you know, what better way to not only teach Mendoza, but to be that guy on offense for the whole team? Go ahead.
I want to play the negative guy, Kay. I like the signing, but you know, I hear negativity. And what I'm hearing is, but that's the same thing they said when they brought in Jimmy G, that he's supposed to know the offense of McDaniels. That's the same thing they said about Geno Smith. He's supposed to know how Pete Carroll coaches and how they work together just a year removed ago. So how is this going to be a different situation?
I got the argument for the fucking Pete Carroll one, because you remember there was a year in between the last time he played with Carroll, a whole year, and then Carroll comes to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Geno was already starting that decline without Pete Carroll. You know, in there. So he knew the system, but lazy, you know, what is that? Stupid is as stupid does. And Geno Smith was just as stupid could be. He just knew, I got a starting job. That's it. Let's go. Here we got somebody who has something to prove. What Geno have to prove? I got traded. I got to follow my white daddy. Okay. I get to be playing. It's all good. I got nothing to worry about. My excuse is already pre-made for me because Pete Carroll is going to say them. I mean, I know where you're going with that. And yes, it's there. But we're talking about a guy with a chip on his shoulder. And also a guy who came in and had his career revitalized once with this said coach.
Yeah.
This
After Washington,
revived his career. So I think there's just a little bit more there than there was with Jimmy G. I mean, how you want to bring up Jimmy G and
McDaniels?
Thank you. That guy. I didn't say. I'm trying to forget his name, but you keep bringing him back up. But
it's what we do as Raider fans. What if this? What if that? What if this? It happened before 20 years ago.
The last time McDaniels coached him, and then we get him again. Not to mention, Jimmy G was coming back with a foot injury, as well as
His name is Nick fired.
He wasn't the first fucking choice.
Yeah.
So I mean,
it was Tom Brady.
You know, that there is this whole thing of the Raiders are going to Raider, right? And shit happens and falls that way. And those situations are in that category. Here, this one feels like a little bit more natural fitting. You know, this whole, you know, it's a natural fit. This coach comes in. They may have been trying to talk to Cousins from the get-go. That's kind of what I've been hearing, you know, around and about, is they've been kind of talking to him from the start. Who knows if there was convincing that needed to be done? Who knows why it took so long? But to me, this is that whole knowing the system, knowing he's coming in to be that bridge guy, and that sour note. I mean, as it was said, who said it here? Pig's Pig. You know, he wants to finish his career on a high note, right? Kirk Cousins. The highest note he's ever had in his career is with our head coach, Clint Kubiak.
Yes. And I had that graphic.
Huh? Yeah, your graphic.
Oh, and I had that graphic. Yeah, where he was when he went to Minnesota.
And what's the best way you could do? You know, he could even come say he was the start of the resurgence of the Raiders. If we, you know, if this rebuild goes away, we hope, and we become, you know, not dominant, but what's the word I'm fucking looking for?
Relevant.
Thank you. That's the word. If we become relevant again in all this, it's going to be able to say, well, it started with me. It started with Kirk Cousins, right? He came in, and because of him, we were able to do the smart thing, Ed Winchell, and sit the quarterback that we drafted number 1 overall to learn behind, as our head coach put it, learn behind an adult and get the speed of the game to come to him. Somebody who can understand. And the more and more you hear everything, I keep hearing Kirk Cousins and Fernando Mendoza is like going back to the future, and he's meeting himself. They're like the exact same person.
It's like Marty McFly and Marty McFly Jr.
I mean, it's, you know, I mean, this is not what I wanted to see, because you know, us here on the Cage Match felt we had our quote unquote bridge quarterback to be able to do all this. The only disadvantage he has against Kirk Cousins, because they're similar quarterbacks as well, but the only disadvantage is he doesn't know the system like Kirk Cousins does.
Yeah, and going to the graphic right here, reuniting with, I was not going to sing it, reuniting with Clint Kubiak and Kirk Cousins.
God, spit it out, Savage.
Clint Cousins and Kirk Kubiak. The 3 years they were together in Minnesota, Clint was his quarterback coach the first 2 years. 26 touchdowns to 6 interceptions in 2019. And then in 2020, 35 touchdowns to 13 interceptions. And then when Clint Kubiak became the play caller, offensive coordinator, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He was on a roll, bruh. And
look, you talked about that bad shit on what I saw and didn't like. These numbers here, right? The TDs versus interceptions. Yes. This is what we want to see, right? The passing rating. Those are decent passing rating. The completion percent, you know, we kind of wish it was 70% going, and it kind of dropped as the years came on. But we'll go off 2021, the best, right? 33 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He took care of the ball, didn't make stupid mistakes. So obviously that system, Kubiak system, fits a Kirk Cousins style of play, which in turn should fit an Aiden O'Connell's style of play. which in turn should fit a Fernando Mendoza's style of play.
Period.
Right? The 3 quarterbacks that's probably going to be on the team.
Yeah.
All similar style quarterbacks, right? More pocket passers, running, when needed, right? Is what you're looking for. Run heavy.
Well, yeah, a quarterback who's going to be using his legs to make plays, not necessarily using his legs as his main weapon, where a lot of quarterbacks had to readjust because they got themselves killed. One is in our division, the main one. He wears red. His coach is Kool-Aid. He's in your area where he had to relearn.
Oh.
Huh?
I thought we were talking about tampons there for a minute.
Well, yeah. He sounds like it. Hey, guys. My name is Patrick Mahomes and Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the tampon.
You always talked about it that he had to go and adjust the way his play was. That, yeah, you can run, but don't necessarily use that as your escape if your first option is shut down and just take off running, because that's going to shorten your career. So you learn from a Kirk Cousins. Hey, this is how you use your feet to make plays, not necessarily use your feet as your way to survive, because you're not going to survive. So that'll be good. And I do believe, and we'll see when it comes to the preseason, which is not too far away because the Raiders started their OTAs today, sometime around this time.
Somewhere
OTA. So
sometime this week.
The football season is coming near.
Well, I mean, and the biggest thing out of all this, why you want that veteran quarterback to teach your rookie and go is reading the defenses, right? Reading, because it's the defenses are much more complicated. What they show, the different things that could happen, how they sneak in to show you one look but back out, or one guy sneaks in and the other guy's going to back out. It's a lot more complicated than it is in college. And that's basically because,
of course.
That's basically because in college there's such a turnaround on players, right? You got them for 2-3 years. Now with the portal, you may only have them for 1 year.
Yeah.
I don't like this, I'm leaving, kind of a situation. So
I'm taking my ball and going home.
Well, technically that's what Fernando Mendoza did. He went from Cal to Indiana because he didn't like, the coaching. It's kind of what he did. So, you say that jokingly, but it's a lot harder to do that in the NFL. You got a contract.
Yeah, and he actually did go home. No, he didn't go home. He wanted to go home.
He wanted to go home.
He didn't go home, but he got to win at home against a team he wanted to be home.
Yes.
Homie.
So, I mean, and I'm not taking away from the college defenses because, they're good enough. And, you get NFL coaches that, are doing, their thing. But I think they're not as trickery on looks. So you need someone who's able to read a defense.
The complexity of
complexity that on the look, one guy coming in, one guy step, all this changing around just to make it seem like something's going to happen and not go. And having O'Connell could help there somewhat, but having a Kirk Cousins who's 14 years in, has seen a lot of different defenses. It's what you change to when you see this. Because I saw this, I knew there was a possibility I was going to have to take off running. So the minute I saw my hole, I took it and, took advantage and, go. And Mendoza likes to run. We've seen it. We saw it, right? He had that helicopter touchdown in the championship game. And
John Elway in the Super Bowl touchdown, and it wasn't really a helicopter, but same thing. The intent was there.
The intent was there. So, I mean, but he's not a, Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes early in his career where his first instinct is to run.
At least you know that even if the intent was there, we have a quarterback that won't flip off the car. No, I'm trying to put it together. Geno Smith. All right. Here is Kirk Cousins on one of the morning shows in the NFL. You'll see it. When they talk about him and Mendoza, so I got this clip. So here's this one right here.
I don't want to start unless I'm the best option. So, and I told, Clint that best players should play. But certainly as long as that's the case, I have no qualms with however it plays out. But I do think Fernando is going to be a great addition to our team. I think he's going to have a great future in the league. I have no problem, being a voice in the room to kind of help him to the degree that I can. He's going to have great support all around him from the coaching staff, but to the degree that, being able to watch a veteran quarterback, go through his habits and routines and process, I think, that can be a great asset for him. And he was here yesterday on his draft day visit. We were able to watch film together. So, I think he'll be a great addition to the room. And I was even telling him how much success he had throwing back shoulders at IU, that I'd like to learn a little bit from him on how to throw a good back shoulder. So it'll be a noisy quarterback room. We'll all be helping each other, and we'll all be pulling in the same direction.
So he's down. He's down. He's okay with the idea to be the guy that everyone said he was supposed to be, even though that's not the situation he signed up for in Atlanta, but he was supposed to be that. But he said, no, and he knows he's coming in, familiarity with the coaching staff, especially the offensive side of the coaching staff. And then knowing that the Raiders, since game 10 of last year, that they were going to be number 1 overall, and that they were going to get Mendoza. That was that was it.
Okay. First of all, it's not a foregone conclusion that we're picking Mendoza.
Did you place your $100 yet?
No, I have not. I need to send it to Anna so she can put it in for me.
The odds are still the same, 200,000. If the Raiders don't, you're the one that looked it up. If the Raiders don't select Mendoza, if they trade out or get somebody else and you put $100 down on that, $20 million before taxes. $20 million.
But I mean, I'm just saying.
Sophie's choice. Sorry.
It's one of those. Yes, I'll probably put a 98% certainty we're taking Mendoza. But it's not, foregone. Even though Kirk Cousins made it sound like he has an inside scoop there and already just let the cat out the bag that the Raiders are drafting.
Allegedly. He's saying allegedly.
Allegedly. So,
allegedly, they're gonna get him.
I just want to say that, in there.
There you go, Westgate.
We don't know 100%. Mendoza's going to the Raiders at number 1.
So, how much are you putting down? How much money can you part with to, if the Raider, my Raider, because the Raiders always Raider. I do not. The Raiders could Raider and be like Ty Simpson. Oh, or that one clip I keep saying.
You brought that up, but there's a lot of talk right now in the NFL with higher ups and different things talking about Ty Simpson, how he has actually run an NFL style offense where Mendoza hasn't, and all this other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of videos coming out about that talk right now, and that Ty Simpson could be the one. I don't think so. I think it's if we take quarterbacks over Mendoza.
My sister is the My sister is the field reporter when it comes to YouTube and everything. And she texts me, she goes, hey, watch out for the Sophie's Choice reference. And I get it. I know the movie. I didn't see it, but I know the movie. But I work for an independent contractor thingy or something. I ain't scared. Lisa, you know I ain't scared. That one company I was with for 18 plus years, I did worse, throwing things around and calling out people outside of their name, like F-bomb this and BS that and piece of this and son of a that. And they kept promoting me. So, Asylum, let's talk about though.
Let's talk about
because we saw when the news came out. That Kirk Cousins signed with the Raiders. And my sister, I know, I'm sorry. Kirk Cousins got, he got a sign by the Raiders. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. It's probably like a 1 or 2 year deal. I'm gonna bring this one up again. And then we saw that it was a 5-year, $172 million. So some people bought that. I'm like, wait a minute, 5-year, 37-year. Why? First of all, why would you give a 37-year-old 5 years?
We didn't have all the details when that came out. All we saw was Raiders signed Kirk Cousins for 5-year, $172 million.
Breakdown, because we kept sending back and forth the new interpretation and the layman's term interpretation of his contract and why it's not as fluffy as it looks. It's not as rich as it really looks. Break it down on what does this mean? 5-year, $172 million, 11.3 guaranteed. This guy keeps getting rich. I'm okay. I think I heard this was like his 11th straight year of a guaranteed contract. I heard that was the main stat. So break it down for us. What does this mean? This contract? What exactly are we paying for, and how much?
This is broken down simply. I know everyone's heard it, so we can make this quick. It is basically a 1-year contract. The Raiders are paying only $1.3 million this year. Falcons are covering 8.7. So the Falcons are paying him to play for the Raiders for 1 year. Now, the sweet thing in all this for Kirk Cousins is making him an extremely expensive backup, if you want to call it that, right? As of right now. Or a cheap starter, however you want to go, is that fully guaranteed $10 million signing bonus. Not signing bonus, starting bonus, roster bonus, whatever the hell it is, that goes into effect in 2027. And it's on the third day of the new year. So that $10 million cap hit, whether you cut him or trade him, whatever it's going to be, does not hit the books until 2027. So right now, and that's just one of those things that, it's that sweeten the pot to bring them in. And in all reality, it's that I'm going to keep you here long enough that I could trade you if I need to because you played well. Right? $10 million, you ain't going to leave that lying around.
Yep.
Or if you cut them, it's only a $10 million. They're paying head coaches more than that a year. So a $10 million cap hit next year really is chump change when it comes to, to this. So you're basically saying, hey, you're 1 year stopgap. Falcons are going to pay your contract, and we'll give you a $10 million bonus just to come over here and teach Mendoza.
Yeah. I would take that.
Right? I mean, that's the best way I could break that down. They're paying him an extra $10 million just to come in and teach Mendoza. And to take all the hits while that offensive line gets their shit worked out and start working together.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a smart move. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of surprised that the Raiders, and this is what they've been kind of doing this offseason with it. They stay quiet, they stay patient, and you're like, what do they do? They ain't doing nothing. And then they attack. Wait, how did we get this guy? Wait, how did we get that guy? Wait, how did we get all these guys? Is this Spytek finally being able to cook and has a coach that he can collaborate equally with?
It's Spytek actually being a GM, right? That's what Peggy wanted.
Yes.
She did not know what Spytek had because he was handcuffed with a head coach / I'm a GM when it came to Pete Carroll. He was handcuffed. You know, I mean, and I think it showed. The Geno trade, it showed. I know Peggy was not happy with the Max trade and verbiage that was in that contract. But I think this kind of makes up for it there. Did Spytek learn? Because Spytek had this contract, and the way this is set up is pure genius to get the top free agent quarterback. Yeah, I guess you could say, right? He was probably on the top of the list.
There wasn't a lot of choices when it came to the quarterback. And he got cut late. He got cut after the season was over. So we had this little weak list. And then we're like, okay. And then it came out later that right before the new league started that the Falcons were going to cut Kirk Cousins, and which means that salary is now, okay. Well, that's all dead money that the Falcons are going to take. So we can go and all right, let's basically league minimum. The Falcons, it's the same thing. It's the same thing like what's his name? Seattle. Then he went to Denver, and then he went to New York.
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson. That the Giants were basically paying the minimum because the Broncos had to take that check. Okay, fine, I'll take the bill. I guess just to get him out of here, I'll take the bill.
Wasn't it Pittsburgh before New York?
Oh yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. It was Pittsburgh before New York. It was Pittsburgh because I was at that game.
Pittsburgh paid.
He didn't play. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah. See, I forget. It's kind of like sometimes you forget that. Wait, Aaron Rodgers played for the Jets. Yeah, that first season he played for 8 seconds.
He barely even started the game for the Jets.
He ran out with the flag. And then that was his career. They said that was the same thing. Max Crosby going to the Ravens. I kept seeing that over and over again on Twitter. This is Max Crosby's career. Him running out with the flag, and that was it. It's his career with the Ravens. But I mean,
but to get back,
go ahead.
Point was, I think we are starting to see Spytek being a GM and having his hands involved in this, right? I mean, the Max Crosby trade, blockbuster. Yes, it didn't go through, but it was a blockbuster trade, right? His real first attempt at being a GM.
Mm-hmm.
Then free agency starts, and he signs one of the top centers in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Then quietly, and you got to go in this quietly. Turn around and made one of our biggest weaknesses for many years. He turned around and made it a strength. All I keep hearing is how the Raiders have one of the best linebacking cores now in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Right. Then you get Quay. Thank you. It's on here. God damn it. Quay
Walker. Quiddy Pay.
Right? Because you thought that was your Max Crosby replacement. And then you end up with Max Crosby back. And now Max Crosby has some help. Malcolm Kuntz.
Yeah.
That one, I'm done over with on that. I'm done with Kuntz. Rotational guy at best.
Hey, but you can't always bat 1,000, okay?
But to go in and give Max Crosby some fucking help finally. Now, and Peggy brought it up. We definitely have to make sure we get a nose tackle to be able to solidify that defensive line. But you got your edges taken care of with a nice rotational piece, right? Malcolm Goose, he has spurts. He's just not an every down back.
Well, and then think well, after this last season finished, I was saying that I see that this, when it comes to where a team finally admits it, okay, guys, I know we try to, and it was said in the comments about band-aiding. I know it's how my quarterbacks are. The Raiders kept trying to duct tape the team together. No, we're reloading, we're retooling, we're retarded. And then they realize, what, guys, we're in rebuild. So usually when a rebuild, we have to filter out the players from the old regimes to start bringing in new ones. But I said that, I feel like this team automatically skips that first year filtering because of all the free agents that we had on both sides. And they were, and these are like 2-year contracts that went all the way back, because we kept doing 2-year contracts since McDaniels, and then since Telesco. So these are all like veterans that were like on 2 years. So they were already being filtered until we got to this point. So we already got past the point of, all right, they gotta mesh what they have with what they got, and then they gotta clear it all out and then add more to what they got. But they already did that. The vehicle was already stripped down to its frame. Yes. But I mean, the last couple weeks, and then like you said, when it came to Max Crosby, he was traded. We got the 2 picks, the 14 that was supposed to be for this year, and then a first-round pick wherever the Ravens land. Then we're gonna get that next year. We're like, okay, cool. And then we got to, we were supposed to get rid of that money, his contract, to sign more. But with all the guys that they got, assuming that Max Crosby wasn't there, and then he comes back and they were able to keep everybody, I think the blessing in disguise. But I feel like with Max Crosby away for those 3 days, whatever, that gave the Raiders time to, like, all right, let's clean the house up before Max Crosby comes back, because we couldn't do it because he's always trying to do everything. Now we got let's do it ourselves real quick, and then he comes back and surprise, the Raiders are back. We're brand new, and then look out that door number 3. Oh, it's Kirk Cousins. Oh my God, we might have a team that's gonna make noise sooner than later. When it comes to the rebuild, we already rebuilt the foundation-ish. We still got the draft coming up, but the Raiders, just from the final game of the season up until now, have already skipped the whole year of that rebuilding part of the rebuilding process. Just in these couple of months alone. So I feel good. Now, is the Kool-Aid poison? I don't know. Is there a comet coming? Are we getting new Nike's Asylum? I don't know. But right now, this resort looks nice. Maybe just as nice as Russolini and the Patriots head coach. Anyways.
Look, right now we're at that point, right? You're building the resort. The outside's looking nice, but we're still working on the inside. It's not done yet.
I know.
We can't open up yet. We still got the room to furnish. We still got to, to do all the other stuff. We still got to put the wallpaper up. We still see studs on the walls. It's not done yet. The outside looks amazing right now. Great start. It's a great start. But now we have to, like I said, what happens in the draft, right? It's been made clear that from Spytech that he wants to do it right and build this team with the draft. That's how you build a team.
Yeah.
You bring in your guys. You are able to train them, teach them, coach them, all that stuff. See what you got here or there. Who's going to be the fit? Because, sometimes that 7th rounder is great, Mr. Irrelevant, and sometimes he's exactly what you expected, and he don't even make it
let him off the hook
to the practice squad.
They are who we thought they were, and we let him off the hook. I got Kirk Cousins had a press conference today. This is the first 6 minutes of it. We're gonna react to it. You haven't seen this already, huh?
No, I didn't realize his press conference was today. I missed it.
Yeah, I didn't get the notification. Then I go and look, and I'm all like, wait, when was this? And they said like 58 minutes ago. This was like a 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I said, oh, well, thank you for letting me know. I could have went there and asked some questions. Yeah, right. All right. This is the first, like the first 6 minutes or ish, whatever, were like the most important questions. So I'm going to play this and then tell me when to pause or whatever, because I didn't break it down. It's been a busy couple weeks adjusting to a new career and then trying to we were building this show right now too. We're not rebuilding, we are reloading. We are retooling.
Hey, don't jinx us like that. You're talking about me.
And sometimes we are retarded. No. Oh, look at Anna said he officially signed today. So let's pen the paper. Let's talk about it with his press conference. So here we go with this one. This the important questions that was in the beginning. Everybody else was all like, "Hey, how does it feel to be Raider?" You know, whatever. Anyways, here we go. Just win, baby.
Yeah, I think you know, we all want to play. I think, but I made this clear to Clint that, you know, the best player needs to play. If that's not me, I don't want to be out there. I don't think that's the best thing for the team. If I am the best option, then I believe it's important that those guys are out there. But you know, I'm excited to, you know, get the chance to lead and help influence in the locker room and you know, do my part, do my role, and just most importantly, help our team win.
As you mentioned, some of your familiarity already with, you know, Kubiak and Genoco in the offense. What excites you most about being a part of the Raiders offense specifically as you watch it grow?
Yeah, I mean, I was even enjoying just the install today, hearing Rick Dennison install the run game, given all the rules, kind of slowly walking through the base fundamentals, because, you know, when I was a younger player and you start to hear these basic things, you can easily tune out because you think, oh, you know, that's just basic stuff. You know, let's get to the really interesting stuff later. But what I've learned as I've gotten older is everything builds on that foundation. And so it's days like today when you're just installing the most basic rules that everything else you do that may be more interesting later, it all comes because of what we have as our foundation. So I was taking notes like it was day one for me as a rookie today, because I don't want to miss those details. And Clint made that very clear in his presentation in the last game.
Sorry. I forgot. You got it. Okay. So he just said something we have not heard in a long time with the Raiders and shit. And I was talking about installing the foundation, the basics, right? How many times have we said when it comes to offensive line and a few other things, hell, tackling. We've had struggles with tackling. Installing the basics, getting down, you know, I care less, you know, this is Kirk Cousins. He's going to say all the right shit. Okay? You know, I was listening like I was a rookie. Yeah, okay. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. But the fact that they went down, got the team together, right, and are installing the basics. So, to me, it sounds like, okay, this is how we're going to start doing practices. This is what we're doing. This is our expectations in order to make the, you know, the basics. I want to see fundamentals. You want to play, you have to be able to do the fundamentals.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was hearing there. I just wanted to, you know, bring that up.
Well, and that's a good point, because the last, I don't know whether it's the Raiders or it's the league wide, where you question, like, where do these players learn how to play football and how did they get this far? Because they don't tackle, they try to shoulder bump, it don't work. The blocking has been horrible. They look lost. You know, Parham is a Jet now, so maybe Parham will keep that energy for Geno Smith spinning around like the front of a five-star hotel in New York City, you know, spin around like a door like that. But yeah, so the fundamentals, we're gonna break it down all the way down to the basis of this is why football is football. We're gonna go back to 19 whatever, back to 18 whatever.
Hey, look,
learn about football.
This is right here. This is what the football looks like. When it's in your possession, you don't let it go. You don't drop it. You protect it. This is your egg. Whatever you do, don't crack your egg. Oh, sorry.
Or like they say in Little Giants, this is just pig intestines wrapped around. So yeah, that was a good point. Fundamentals. We're going back, okay? Because y'all need
teaching the basics.
Yeah. Wait. This one right here. Smarten up. All right. Let's go back.
We go through this again and again and again to create a true system. And that was like oxygen to me to hear that, because I think it's so important that we have an identity, we have a system, and we stick to it. And I think that's what this coaching staff has done really well for many years, wherever they've been.
Kirk, Alexa Castro, News 3. Welcome to Las Vegas. You mentioned this morning at the end of last season that you found your love for the game again. How does that shape this new chapter for you in Las Vegas?
Yeah, there certainly was a joy getting off the plane, getting picked up, heading to do all my logistical things to join a new team. There was a joy and excitement being here. Partly probably it has to do with the tradition of this organization, specifically getting to put on this logo, one of the coolest, logos in all of professional sports. So it just feels like a real privilege to be here. I remember having that feeling, Hondo, when I was at Michigan State as a freshman, like getting to wear that Spartan head and being a part of that just felt like such a privilege, and I have that feeling today. So, I just think it's a beautiful place to live, beautiful place to be, and it's a great opportunity.
Hugh Myers, Raider Nation Radio 920. Going back to that familiarity, how much does that familiarity with the terminology, how much does that help you hit the ground running?
I wanted it to be plug and play, but as all great offenses do, it evolves. And so I said to Andrew when I first got here, we have a lot to catch up on. It's been 4 seasons of football that I haven't been with you. And he texted me later and he said, I forgot that it's been 4 seasons. Like, we've done a lot in 4 years that has changed. And sure enough, these installs, I'm asking him, what does that word mean? What does this word mean? Like, I need to learn this like I'm a rookie, because this is all new to me. So are the guts of it the same? Yes. But are there a lot of things that have adapted in 4 years? Yes. And that's what good coaches do, is they evolve. That's the way Sean McVay was, and Kevin O'Connell. It always changed and evolved, and it's the same thing that's happened here. So I've got a lot of learning to do as well.
Okay, see, that's what I'm telling you. Asylum, I'm scared, because they said it again with Jimmy G. He knows the system terminology. I know it's a very difficult offense, but he knows it. He did it. He was there behind Tom Brady and Brissett and the other guy that I keep butchering his name, Bobby Hoyer and Brian Hoyer, and then Geno Smith. Well, I know Pete Carroll was not an offensive coach. He was a defensive coach. But still, Geno Smith was playing defense because he was throwing it to the defense. He wasn't getting interceptions. He was giving the interceptions. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay. So he has to learn a whole new system. The foundation and the fundamentals are the same, but
I think
what are we doing, Asylum?
I'm hearing innuendos. Okay. He's thinking like a rookie so he can teach a rookie. He's going back to that stuff. I got to learn the new verbiage. What's this mean? What's this go? Asking those questions, right? I'm a firm believer of leading by example.
Mm-hmm.
And you can explain things to death, to an extent. This is what you should go. But if you're sitting there and asking that question, in those cases, there's, people are afraid to ask a stupid question, right? So they don't ask the question. It could be a room full of people. 12 people could have that same question, but nobody's going to ask it because they feel stupid. But then somebody else asks that question. So now that next question comes up. Now they feel less, stupid to ask that question because, hey, he already asked that question. I now have a question here. I saw how they handle answering said question. So now I feel comfortable for asking. So, to me, it just kind of feels like maybe there's some truth to it, and I'm not taking away from that. But for him to pick it up is going to be a lot easier, right? What's this verbiage means? Oh, that replaces this word. Oh, okay, I got it. For somebody new, they're not going to know what that word meant. What do you mean replacing that word? What did that word mean? You know, but afraid to ask it. If he's going to lead by example and ask those questions, show Mendoza, you know, speak up. If you don't know, you don't know. Ask the question. I'm a firm believer there's no such thing as a stupid question. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
I can attest to that. Yeah. What I was gonna say. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's like when you're around like a younger generation, whether it's kids or just like younger nieces or nephews, and they would say like one thing that means one thing, and then you hear a completely new word. You're like, wait, what does that mean? Oh, it means this.
6'8". Sorry.
That's a dummy call. Okay, it's a dummy call. Because that doesn't mean nothing. Okay, but like the phrase 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Oh, that person got swag. I like their swag, and then now it's kind of like loosely interpreted. Oh, I love their vibe. Their vibe is so. What do you mean? What's a vibe? And these are like, I hate these words, and you kind of kill half the English language for me because I don't want to use those words. But then they're instilled into your head. Now that is the word you use to try to describe something because you forgot the actual word. So now he has to reprogram just the difference of words. Okay, what? Like let's say John Gruden, what Spider 2 White Banana is on one play can mean roll out, third option, 26. So I don't know. I was trying to think of it goes to the right, but you know, like okay, it's something different. Oh, okay. You know, or it's like me going from an 18-year career delivering packages to now. To when I was the 1 year when I was delivering construction equipment, I went from I'm returning back to the station, which was my first job for 18 years, to I'm returning back to the warehouse. My old vernacular, my old words were station. Oh no, it's warehouse. We're not a station, and we're a warehouse because we're the ones that are taking the material and then we're creating the orders. We're not the middleman like a station. Now we're whatever. So it's just simple things like that. And he'll get it. If Aiden O'Connell can get 5-6 different offenses in 3 years, and Derek Carr can get the same amount when he was early in 2016, which was his third season, and he was almost the MVP, hint. It's his third season. With so many offenses, if he was to play, hint, I'm just saying.
Hey, what did Kirk Cousins say in the beginning? He has no problem beating the backup if he gets beaten out. To say Aiden O'Connell can't beat him out.
I mean, hopefully it's fair game. And I hope that the word competition is not just some cool thing to say to the people at the podium, especially after game 5, 6, 7, 8, where it's like competition. There is no competition. It's incompetence, not competition. Okay. Let's move on.
Welcome to Vegas. Alex Eshelman with Channel 13 here in town. What are your first impressions of Fernando Mendoza, and is there anything about him that almost brings you back to that time when you were first starting in the league?
Yes. I've watched him from a distance. Had an incredible college career. Got to run into him yesterday on his draft visit. He seems like a high caliber person, and if we're fortunate enough to get him here, then it'll be a privilege to work together. And my rookie year is always kind of forefront of my memory. It was a lot of change, a lot of adjustments. At that time, I was a 4th round pick, very different experience than being a high pick. And Robert Griffin was drafted to the same team as me, and I remember at the time saying, "Boy, that's a whole different life, to be a top pick and what that involves." I think it'll be a great opportunity up ahead.
I know sometimes it's not like you guys' favorite things about the draft, but people are always trying to make comparisons. And I've heard people say that Fernando does some things you do and compare him to you. Do you kind of see that when you look at him? Do you see you guys have similar qualities?
Well, I didn't win a national championship or a Heisman Trophy, so I sure would have loved to have that, but I think he's at his stage. He's much ahead of me. But if you're talking about, playing with timing, playing with accuracy, wanting to understand things, have good vision of the field, good feel for the position, those are traits that I've always tried to pride myself on, and being accountable to your teammates. And I haven't studied Fernando, but from the little bit I've observed from a distance, watching games. I'm a Big Ten guy, watch Big Ten games. I think he has a lot of a natural feel for the position.
I'm curious how you are physically. I know you're coming off that devastating injury, Minnesota to Atlanta, and as much as you probably wanted to say, I'll power up through this, I'll be fine, there's a reality to that situation as well. How do you feel now, a couple of years removed from everything?
Yeah, I think time has helped. I think getting to play at the end of this past season also helped get my confidence back to be able to get out there and kind of realize your body's good to go and feeling good. The offseason always helps, to have that time away from football to kind of let things rest and heal. And then I've been very impressed just even in the last 3 days, meeting with the Raiders performance staff, some talented people there that I also think will do a great job with a 37-year-old, soon to be 38-year-old. I think they'll put together a great plan for me to make sure that I'm feeling my best.
That means Deuce Scruden is getting ready. And that was a good question by sound like Vinny Bonsignor, which I'm not a big fan of, but whatever. Say that, well, you went through that devastating injury, that Achilles that you mentioned earlier, Salam, from that Minnesota at the end of his Minnesota career before he became an Atlanta Falcon, and then that all went south because, and you know what, even the owner was looking at the GM like, why'd you do that for? Well, so, but when he went, moved up and got Penix. But hey, what if? Because see, going back, you said the Falcons blocked the Raiders from getting Penix. We ended up getting Brock Bowers, and then we didn't fall into the hype of Shador. We got Ashton Genty. Yeah. Ashton Genty had no offensive line, and he saw what he did last year. So with the acquisitions that we got this year, and now you have a quarterback who can run this offense, and then you got the center Linderbaum. I was going to say Lindenberg. Linderbaum.
No, we got Lindenberg on defense.
You got him knowing how to call the offensive, the front for the blocking.
You got a very well experienced captain, or quarterback of your offensive line right there. Somebody who's young. Don't get me wrong, he's still young, but he's somebody who could help teach these younger guys what needs to be done. Can call what he sees to the offensive line, and to take that extra pressure off of the quarterback. So he doesn't have to feel like he has to do absolutely everything. Sorry, I didn't mean
and it's a situation where it's like you're not here to win now. So like you said, the pressure is off. Okay, you're here. You're not here now. If you win, and this is going to this comment that I had put up here from Devon right here, he goes, "Hey, cousin knows what expected of him. If he does some winning, it's even better." So it's like you're not here to put the franchise on your back. The franchise knows that there is a window that we get to show that we are improving. We are not trying to make noise this year. It's not mandatory. We want to, but it's not mandatory. Yeah. What is the main thing we say? Just win, baby. So you got Kirk Cousins, veteran, with an offense that for the most part, he understands the fundamentals of it, of what the reads are and everything with Kubiak. So he knows it's an offense that he's excelled in. And then you have the center, Linderbaum, who understands how to make these calls for the rest of the offensive line to do. So if you got your quarterback set and your offensive line set, You got a running back that was able to find yards. You know, he had to find yards.
After contact. The best rusher in the NFL after contact.
We might have something brewing.
I have the vision. If they put JPJ on the left, like I suggested last year, remember, my offensive line players might be a little different, but the keepers are starting to go into the places I suggested they should go a year ago, not where they were actually playing. Fuck you, man. No, I just shaved. Right? I see a whole lot of running to that left side.
Yeah.
I see that coming up, right? You know, the handoff, right? Because he's right-handed, right? You know, the handoff. And then all of a sudden that cut into that hole that's right there between Linderbaum and JPJ. Right? And bam. Next thing you know, he's got 10 or 15 yards before contact.
And this is what I'm saying. Like, it's there's things brewing. There's things brewing. I hope not, Devon. I hope we're not Charlie Browning ourselves right now. And Lucy with the football. It's either Lucy with the football, or we are just what's the Beatles song? Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. We're just imagining. You know what that my godfather told me what that meant. It's an acronym for LSD. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. LSD. Just that's our off season.
Hey,
sorry,
that was okay though.
That was okay. We don't do that. Okay, we don't do LSD. Nick Singleton from PSU would be the perfect complimentary back to Genty. And you know what? We gonna. I gotta get Demon King on. I gotta get Demon King on because he is our draft master. We maybe set that up once, but if not next week, set it for next week. Get him on because I need to know. I'm not gonna lie. All I keep hearing is Mendoza. As if the Raiders only have one draft pick, the whole pick,
we only got draft. We ain't got no other ones.
The Raiders select Mendoza. All right, everybody. Good night. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you in September. Good night. All righty. Okay, whatever. Yeah. Demon King says next week. All right. We're gonna set that up. All right. Now, Asylum. Okay. This is, I don't know if Arcadio is still in the chat room, but nope, I got a ton of perfect players for this team. I mean, send me that list, and I know Vincent. I'm waiting for Vincent to pop in because I do have his list that he had. All right, here we go. He says in there now, Asylum. I got something for you. Where there's none. Oh, the weather says otherwise, so I'm going to say it is the excitement. It's not the cold. No. Okay, you don't need to. You don't need to rewind. Now, Nick. Okay, Asylum. For we are saying positives and everything. There are some negatives, and it's coming from another former quarterback that is still hoping to get back in, but it just looks like. The more and more he speaks, the more and more the NFL career is distance is floating away. So with that said, I do have an installment of Raider Hater for y'all. Here we go. Please click the Raider Hater.
Why you wanna play a hate on me?
That song always gets us copyrighted, but I don't care. I ain't getting. They ain't paying us yet.
Hey,
what is up, Jeff?
For this shit.
or like in Rocky 5, sue me for what? That was Rocky when touch me and I'll sue. Sue me for what? I'm gonna work on my salon. Okay. Adrian. We gotta do a couple segments of Al Jabu to sound like Rocky. Adrian. I love you. All right. This is from the Cam Newton show. 4th and Cam, I think it's called. Now, he talked about the Kirk Cousins signings, but he is already painting a picture that he's not that guy. He's not that positive guy. Let me just play it. I want to ruin it. Let me just play it. Hey, you guys. Hey, that's still John Matuzak. Okay, I'll still take it.
But that was a Raider, so that's okay.
That was him after a bench. Hey, you. Oh, that was him.
Jeff.
No, that was John Matuzak walking back to the hotel after leaving for the night when it was supposed to be curfew during Super Bowl 15 and seeing the Philadelphia Eagles who can't do nothing. Hey, you guys! Hey. Going back to his hotel. Hey, where were you at? You were supposed to be. I was making sure y'all weren't out there. That was my job. Okay, whatever. Super Bowl 15 champions. Anyways, here we go. I think it's great Mendoza won't be at the draft. Why should he go? Usually the draft is boring. He's better off watching. Well, and I saw that too. You know what was stupid? Was that the notification on my phone said Mendoza will not go to draft. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. He pulled out? No, wait, he's a C? Wait a minute. And then I read it. I'm like, oh, you stupid. It's like in The Simpsons. There's one of the old Simpsons when you had Kent Brockman. He goes, President Reagan dies. His hair. So, I mean, he's dead now, but at the time he was alive. All right, here we go. This is Cam Newton and his take on Kirk Cousins. So here we go. Copywriters, here we go.
Kirk Daniel Cousins is the National Football League's top earner ever. Okay.
With no Super Bowl, not much playoff experience. I mean.
Now, let's talk about Kirk Cousins' performance. Matter of fact, we all know what Kirk Cousins is. Yeah. Let's not be a fool.
Yeah.
What's glaring is this. You mean to tell me, Coach Kubiak, that your quarterback that you just signed is going to bridge or help or assist your young quarterback that you plan on drafting to get better? We cannot forget that Michael Terrence Penix Jr. had this to say: I get no support.
Yeah. That was about Kirk Cousins.
Hold on, brother. Like, they were teammates.
Yeah.
The handwriting was on the wall.
But I have one thing to say. Kirk Cousins signed a big boy deal to go to the Atlanta Falcons.
Hold on. What was the B word that you used?
Big boy. Deal.
Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
To go and be the starter and future starter for the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
All right. What I'm saying is it a difference in mindset or a mindset shift knowing that he's going to Las Vegas Raiders to be a quote unquote bridge quarterback? Will he be able to help now with a different mindset of being a bridge?
Okay, I'm going to flip it.
Okay.
Just because you were a free agent.
Okay.
Huh? Just because you wasn't drafted.
Okay.
Just because you was drafted late and now you get inserted as the starter. You're not going to be the starter because you're going to tell me, oh, I was drafted late. Oh, I'm a free agent.
Yeah, once you get the spot, it's a different,
Say it one more time.
Once you get the spot, it's a different story.
And then heavy on the big boy what?
Deal.
Okay, cool. So just so we all on the same page, we're going to flip the understanding.
Okay, before I even go any further, This motherfucker dancing around.
I thought that was my editing. Okay, it was you. Okay.
This motherfucker dancing around, talking all big, acting like he's somebody, talking about teammates, but couldn't jump on a fucking football for his teammates. In what was that game called?
Super Bowl.
Right? The Super Bowl. The one that fucking matters. He just stood there and watched the other team jump on the ball.
Yep.
But he wants to jump around like he goddamn somebody. Like he did something. Granted, he did make a Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins hasn't done that yet. But it kind of sounds like he's jealous that Kirk Cousins made more money in the NFL than he did, and he invented the Superman. I mean, fuck, it's on his fucking logo for his show, 4th and 1. Motherfucker, you had one job, and you couldn't even do that much. Why
you had 4th and 1 job. You had 4th and 1 job.
I mean, this motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck dresses this motherfucker. I mean, my dog's got more style than him, and she eats her own dog shit. I mean, but he wants to go around like he a big boy. Was he about to get his ass kicked from another podcaster?
Well, right now, and I've been kind of trying to follow it, but it was him versus I forgot the main guy, the writer for he has his own show, and then Acho jumped in, was saying that he shouldn't do that, and then Stephen A jumped in on the whole thing, and now Matt Barnes got in to Stephen A. It's that, you know what, that's more exciting than WWE with all these.
I'm telling you know what?
Podcasters jumping in.
Fight his punk ass. He sounded like goddamn, what is it, Jake Paul or whatever it is? I'm gonna fucking box your ass. Oh no, my job at the WWE says I can't do it. Fuck that pussy ass bullshit. Step up or shut the fuck up.
Well, let's finish the rest of it.
Standing and tell us that, hey, because you signed a big boy deal, you were supposed to be the starter. Stay with me. Now that the tide done changed, and now we done drafted a first round draft pick, now the handwriting's on the wall that you're not going to be the starter for long. Mm-hmm. Now you're not the starter no more. And you gonna be disgruntled, and you're not gonna help the younger guy that is also in pursuit of your help, but you don't help because you're gonna be mad and say, after I sign heavy on the big boy deal, I'm gonna get mad and I'm not gonna help. You in it on your own, sir. Yeah. That's that same person.
That is. And he probably will be the starter when the season starts.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
I understand.
Coach Kubiak, I just want you to understand where we're at. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to tell you, to be exact, that this right here can be a distract. So you mean to tell me just because you signed a big boy deal, you can't be a backup?
Yeah.
Hold on. Now let's flip it. What if you didn't sign a big boy deal? You can't play as a starter? Peggy.
Yeah. It's in you. It ain't on you. You know what I'm saying?
It's the mentality of the person. You just signed him to another deal, brother. This has nothing to do with hatred. No. This has everything to do. I'm leading with facts.
Yeah, that's facts.
I'm leading with facts. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a different person because now he's coming in as known. Like we gotta negotiate.
You already said I'm not a mentor.
It don't matter. You are a member of the Atlanta Falcons, of the Minnesota Vikings, of the Washington Redskins at that time, of the Michigan State Spartans. I don't give a damn about how you feel. You ain't the starter no more. Be the best doggone player that you could possibly be and help the others, bruh. That's what we call a team player. There's no...
Hold on. Does he not realize what he did not do? Be the best player you can be. Jump on the fucking football. Be
Team
a
player?
team player.
Team
Jump
player.
on the fucking football. I know I'm harping on the same thing, but it was in the Super Bowl. It wasn't a playoff game. And what was his excuse? I didn't want to get hurt or some bullshit like that. You're talking all this shit. It's all about that ring. And motherfucker, the reason you don't have one is because you did not jump on a fucking football. But that makes it okay for you to talk all this shit? And I'd say this regardless of who it is, because Anna said, he's not sounding stupid. This ain't even as stupid is as stupid does. This is just straight, I'm a fucking retard. Fucking, it's a football game. That's all I'm hearing.
Everybody is on the side
of. To fall on the fumble. He was scared in the biggest game of your fucking life.
Let's finish it out.
You're now behind a fucking microphone, and this is just, oh my fucking God. I'm telling you, I'll put the challenge out right here. Somebody get this to him. I'll fucking box his ass.
Wait. Jeff, you're taking the belt, you're taking the championship with you to Pittsburgh. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're really saying? Is that what you're really saying? You're taking my belt to Pittsburgh? I don't appreciate that, Jeff. I was supposed to take it to Pittsburgh. Whatever. All right, that's
yeah, exactly. Okay, a special kind of stupid. All this talk, and all he had to do was fall on a ball to continue shit in the biggest game of his fucking life. I mean, this feels like macho-ness, that macho shit to make up and hide the fact that he's the biggest pussy when it comes to football. I was scared to jump on a ball that, if I remember correctly, he fumbled it, right?
Von Miller came in. I think the ball was popped out of his hands and when he was in the pocket. And instead of jumping on it, he hesitated. He
stood there.
And then Von Miller jumped on it.
Man, I'll punk his ass right there in the middle of the ring doing the same shit. I swear to God. Oh my God.
Hold on, let me finish this out. And Arcadio had just sent me.
I swear to God, I feel like I'm watching the Kardashians and going brain dead.
Without the eye candy. All right, let me play the rest of it.
No way, shape, form that Kirk Daniel Cousins has ever shown that he can help somebody be better. So why would you sign him?
That is valid. I can't even knock it out.
You cannot.
Yeah.
So before people get, okay, I'm mad that it just ain't him that they signed. Of course I'm mad.
Okay, that too.
Of course I'm irate. Because you give me all the money that you gave Kirk in Atlanta. Man, listen, coach. Hey, bro, what you need from me? I ain't started. Oh,
I need you to jump on the football. Are you trying to tell me with all that money you would actually jump on a football?
Well,
I mean, come on. I swear. I swear to God, if I could get this fight, I want it. The challenge is out there. I challenge Cam Newton to this fucking fight. Because the whole time every time I hit him, jump on the football. Jump on the football. As though he's going to fucking hear. By the time it's done, he's going to see an imaginary football and try to jump on
it. Hold on. This is the clip right here. This is the clip right here. Is it playing? Play. Okay, hold on. I got to do this. Okay, play. Okay, I got it. Here you go. Play.
Did you ever go to the Super Bowl? I don't. No, I'm not. Guys, I swear,
can you hear it?
Did you win?
Yeah.
Right on the line, like when you could have just ran in or something. Cam, they always said you were the best. What I remember, how you drop the ball, nigga? What's the matter, Ian?
I dropped the ball.
and I hesitated. I was like,
fuck.
I'm not going to jump on the ball.
Why not?
I was scared.
Cam Newton decides not to dive in there.
Yeah, he backed away from it. He jumps away instead of jumping into the pile.
Yep. Because he made a decision it wasn't worth to go in there and get it.
And he talking all that shit.
Thank you, Arcadio.
I mean, he just got punked by a girl. You saw the look on his face when she asked the question.
Yeah.
He got punked. He knew the whole time she was asking it. I'm not trying to say anything like that. But I mean, she had bigger balls than he did.
Well, you saw she was all like, "What happened? Did you miss the goal line?" Because I know what happened. It's like when your mom's all like, "So what happened in school today?" Nothing. No. So like, was it a good day? Yeah, it was a good day. Oh, it was yeah. Because what I heard was you did this and you did that, and you know you ain't supposed to do this and that. And now we are gonna talk about a PTA meeting, parent teacher conference with you. Oh yeah. So what happened was she got him with that.
He straight got punked. Thank you, Arcadio. You just made my fucking point. He has no room to open that freaking, meat flap curtain mouth that he is.
My mom.
Because
yep.
That he said he'll be a team player. For that kind of money, he would do anything. What was his I want to know what his contract was at that time.
I mean, he was at the top of his game.
Right? At that time, he was one of the best paid players at that time in the game. And all he had to do, he didn't even have to jump. All he had to do was fall. And he was scared. He was
This sounds like
other shit about a white boy. I figured it out. It's because Kirk Cousins is white. That's his problem with all this.
He had a Cam Newton was upset that out of all the possible quarterbacks that the Colts could have picked up, they went back in time and took out
Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers from a 5-year absence at 46 or 45, whatever it was, 44 years old, dad bod and everything. And you know what? And he became my hero, okay? Phillip Rivers, I hated him as a Charger. I still didn't care for him when he played that 1 year with the Colts, but when he came back at 44, I said, you know what? I'm going to come back now. Me and Arcadio's going to take over the softball league circuit.
But why did they have to go to Phillip Rivers? Because Anthony
Cam
Richardson gave up in the middle of a game. He took himself out because he was tired. And that's the fucking downfall of Anthony Richardson, whatever it is. Okay. But we won't look at that, will we? We won't see the actual reasons for this shit.
Well, they got Phillip Rivers because Daniels
was hurt. And
he got
was Richardson.
Yeah, but no, he was hurt too. He had the eye thing. It was like the whatever happened to his eye. Okay, but yes, he did.
I'm gonna believe
but yes,
that.
He did have that. I think it was his rookie year where he kind of I don't want to.
And you know what? And Cam Newton tried to fall on that ball too.
And you know what? Dan Marino should have had the laces out. Okay.
Damn it, Dan Marino.
Messing up Finkel's life like that.
Right? Jesus Christ, these football players.
Well, yeah. I guess Cam Newton Because even his co-host was all like, well, hey, look, different situation. Kirk Cousins signed this big contract, assuming he was going to be the starting quarterback, and then out of nowhere they picked the first rounder. And
but Cam wouldn't let him say that though.
I know, but let's like I'm gonna let me play Cam advocate here. Let me play Cam advocate here. What if, let's say, yeah. Let's say, yeah, okay, Kirk Cousins. Yes, you signed this big contract. Okay, yeah, they might have blindsided you with the first round pick, but that just means that you would have to have played better, so they won't have to put in Penix. But now that you're a professional, you're supposed to be a veteran professional and everything, that okay, now you're benched. You should think of the team first for yourself and try and help along the kid, learn the offense, learn the system, learn how to be a professional quarterback in the National Football League. Did that point have any validity?
Validity? Hey, I got one thing to say to Cam.
Oh, you're allergic. I see. I see what you're saying. You're allergic.
I'm allergic to bullshit.
I mean,
your boy's here.
All right, Vincent. We do.
He's been waiting for you.
We do have your list of guys here of the mock draft, the guys that he had selected. He sent it to us. Didn't have it last week. Going through a lot of stuff, but now I had it. It's not official. Like I got to clean it up and everything, but I wanted to make sure I had it on there. I don't know if Demon King's still in the chats, but Vincent has guys on the offense. The first list. Offensive line, Jennings Dunker. Offensive line, Markel Bell. Wide receiver, Jacoby Lane. I'll take another Jacoby. Bryce Lance, wide receiver. Running back, CJ Donaldson. Running back, Adam Randall. Fernando Mendoza, quarterback. Or if not, or maybe later, a Taylor Green. And then on defense, which he has more on defense. Because, I don't know. I'll take. We need a nose tackle, though. Yeah. 2 safeties, Emmanuel Nikel from Toledo, and another Jacoby Thomas, Miami, and cornerbacks Avion Terrell and Hezekiah Massis. Defensive backs Keontae Scott and Tacario Davis. Tacario. Oh my God, I'm butchering all these names. Linebacker Bryce
Botcher.
Butcher. Linebacker Lander Barton. DN Akeem Missed. You know what? Max Crosby wants that guy, I believe. No, wait, I might be wrong. But I've seen his name. No, he wanted the receiver. I gotta look it up. Defensive end Max Llewellyn. D tackle Lee Hunter. And D tackle Xavion Harris. So next week,
Lee Hunter, D tackle Lee Hunter.
Lee Hunter. Wow, I missed the easiest name on this list.
Right.
We next week, Demon King, he said he'll be on. So he's gonna send me his list. We're gonna put all this together because Demon King is our expert at the draft, at college game. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I need to learn how to watch all these college games to be prolific, to be smart and knowing everything. Prolific. I'm missing a letter somewhere. To know how to dissect the names and what they can do and how they fit into the Raiders offense and the defensive schemes. Raiders running a zone offensive blocking scheme. Proficient. No, it's not proficient. I want to say it's prolif. I don't know. Alicia finished college. I went up there once for delivery. I was only on the shipping receiver side. Here you go. Here's your books. Okay, then I left. No, the building I used to go to is no longer there. Warren Hall is they broke it down.
Oh, they didn't break it down.
But yeah,
they blew it up.
Oh, they blew it up. I know. I gotta find the video. I try to tell my stepson. He had a college tour up there for his elementary school, but he went up there. They showed him. He goes, "Oh yeah, Cal State East Bay does this and that." So yeah, I know. I went there. Prolific. There you go. Prolific. He knew what I was trying to say. It's making me think a lot. Next Friday. So he went up there, and I'm all like, "Oh yeah, I went there." And he kind of looked like whatever. And he goes, "Yeah, Cal State East Bay, man. Yeah, it's so cool." I said, "Yeah, I know. I went up there. There used to be a big building up there. Yeah, whatever." I said, I had school there. I went. My sister got me this rock. That's after they blew up the building because it wasn't earthquake safe on the Hayward fault line. My sister was able to get because they were selling them over there at the school when she was at the school. They got a little rock from the school, Cal State Hayward. Then they changed the name to Cal State East Bay. So to me, it's called Cal State East Bay now because Warren Hall, if you know, is no longer there. I don't have the Hayward skyline up there. So it's Arcadia. It used to be called Cal State Hayward, but now it's called East Bay because they took off the building, and I don't call it Hayward no more because that was my North Star. Asylum, if you get lost in the East Bay, all you have to do is look at the hills, and if you see that building, you just go towards the building. Boom, you're home.
Hey, my house was like a direct line to that building. I literally watched it. I watched the demolition of that building from my front lawn.
I was gonna say basically you were like 3 blocks away.
Yeah, basically.
Or how I used to call it because it looked like them old heaters on top of the mobile homes. The big heater in the sky. I used to tell my mom, "Hey, Mom, can you tell them to put it warmer? It's cold outside." And she looked at me like, "I don't think you're gonna be going to that school." I did though. But then I got a job and then it just didn't work out. The heater on the hill. Literally, it all went downhill from there. Anyways, that was a side story. I just want to say it. Case Webb. Yeah. All right. I think that's it. I think that's our show. Spy. Okay, wait. Vincent says John Spytek does like trading down if you go with how he traded down last year. Now I just saw
that was later in the draft though.
Yeah, but I know you probably got the same notification that people all the NFL draft whatever, they're all saying that this is going to be one of those trade heavy early round drafts.
Draft to be trade heavy. Yes. Draft to be trade heavy. NFL event likely to have flurry of activity in top half of the first round.
Wait. All right, do you want to do this old subject again? You want to fight again, Asylum? This topic, and we'll end with this. This topic has been brewing. I keep seeing all these clips on YouTube that he might be getting out with good behavior, whatever it was. It was a mistake, lapse of judgment. Unfortunately, a woman and her dog died in a fiery, in her car after she just got home from work. Good night, Mom. Tell your family and friends to subscribe. Yes, do what my mom says. Okay, subscribe and follow the show. But now that he is could be coming out of prison, and first of all, doesn't the Raiders still own his rights?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if they technically released him or what that situation is, because you're right. They might actually still have the rights to him if he was put on like an inactive retirement kind of situation. So that would be something that had to be looked into. I mean, I don't know, because you're talking about football ready. It's been how many years since this happened?
2021. 5 years.
5 years? Okay.
2021 mid-season, 5 years.
I mean, it's almost one of those things give him a try and see if it's still there.
Morally,
especially if you own the rights to that contract still.
I feel like when you said I think they released him, I think they did release him.
Did they?
He should be well preserved. Personally, I don't want Henry Ruggs back. That was a serious.
It was a serious.
And I know we had this fight before. I am on the side of Vincent where I'm all like, someone lost their life. Yeah, it might have been an accident, but hey, like if you accidentally pull a gun, you have a gun, you actually pull a gun. Yeah, he was released. Because when you said he was released, I think I remember that after he got in trouble, then they released him. That was a whole crazy year with John Gruden and then Henry Ruggs, and they still made it to the playoffs, and then the whistle happened or didn't happen. He's in a halfway house in Carson City, so I guess he could be training. But I'm on like you could come back to the NFL as a advisor, not advisor, but one of those.
Yeah,
where you do seminars.
Those the one who for all the rookies and stuff where they have those meetings and everything. Those cautionary tales.
And they. No, yeah, I was gonna say they kind of the video I saw, they lightly tried to compare Henry Ruggs to the Michael Vick situation, where Michael Vick, convicted of the dog fight, killing of dogs, and then he went to he was out the league for a year or so, went to prison, then he came back, then he went to the Eagles, and then he was able to revive his career. And some folks didn't care for that.
A little bit. He was not the same. He was like Mike Tyson when he got out of jail. Talent was there. It just wasn't the same.
My mom said he can go play with Kaepernick. I mean, he didn't want to play.
I mean, yeah, that's a tough thing. And again, you do have the Michael Vick, you do have the Ray Rice, you do have certain situations where, players have been able to come back. Again, do you see the possibility in what's going on? Maybe. I mean, it regardless of if he tries Raiders or any other team even gives him a look, there is going to be controversy over all this.
Yeah, regardless. I'm on the side. You can come back, but not to play, to tell the youngsters, especially if you come back to the Raiders, tell the youngsters, I know what city we live in. I know what's around. I know every other corner is temptation, but you make a lot of money. You're going to be a target no matter what. You're going to be, you're going to always be under the microscope. But my son asked the question, if he dedicates half of his earnings to the family, should he be allowed to play? It's because this is where it's like, no matter what he does, she can't come.
She can't come back. It's a slippery slope, this situation. The question being asked is really a slippery slope. We've had this discussion once.
Yeah.
And again, I kind of agree with Ed to the point you kind of see, you got to gauge everything. It's not just the skill and does he still have it? It's also, you have to be willing to take on the PR nightmare. And that's what it's going to be, is a PR nightmare. Are you willing to deal with that and go? Again, Michael Vick, when he first came back, you brought it up. When he first came back, it was a PR nightmare for what, 2 years?
Just about, yeah.
You can say even longer for some people, but for a majority of NFL fans, it was about 2 years.
It's a stain. It's a stain on his legacy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then. Let's flip it the other way. Henry Ruggs, he can be released back into society, whatever. Is it selfish for him to think I can still play? Let me play. After what happened?
I mean,
that's a good question. Look at that. I'm making you think. It's a good question.
No, my first instinct, it's how I want to answer it. My first instinct is no. Right? Again, he made a mistake. The bigger question is, did he learn from his mistake? Right? He did his time. We're exposed to, if somebody does their time, that's what we're supposed to say. You did your time. If you learn and are a productive member of society, then you're not supposed, that crime is not, I don't want to say held against you, but I'm trying to find the right wording here. You're not to be damned for what you did, right?
Yeah.
You did your time. It's obviously going to follow you because you can't shake that, but you're not to be damned. You're being productive, and all that. So, I mean, it's a tough one on, with the way you're trying to word it and to come up with a way of wording it. I don't think it's selfish, no.
I guess the when I'll end my part with this. When Michael Vick came back, he had to agree to be a part of like an animal awareness, something with the dogs, and show that he has compassion. I guess if he gets the chance to come back, he has to dedicate his free time, to lecture,
doing those
yes.
the symposiums, being that cautionary tale. Hey, you think it can't happen to you? Look at what happened to me.
Yeah.
Don't have, I mean, they do it for money management. They do it for, believe it or not, but they do it for women and precautions to not, if you're going to go do certain things, condoms, this, that, the other, because there's people after your money. They, and it's not just women, it's companies, it's family, it's, but they do have these things for the rookies, where former players come in, even current players come in and talk about the things that they've gone through.
Yeah.
I mean, because you got to remember, Josh Jacobs did the same thing with just a different outcome. He only hurt himself.
Yeah. It was no one else got hurt. No one else was
hurt. He had that big gash on his forehead, but he did the same thing. He was drunk driving as well after getting off an airplane. But the only difference in that situation was Josh Jacobs did not kill anybody.
I mean, the only thing I'm afraid of is that like you said, the perception of the slippery slope, like, well, he got to come back, so it's kind of like Catholics, I forgot, it was a Bronx Tale. I think it was a Bronx Tale. Either Bronx Tale or
the Jackie Chan movie.
No. A Bronx Tale with Robert De Niro, Jackie Chan. No.
There's a movie called The Bronx Tale with Jackie Chan.
No, it's not.
Yes, there is.
No, it's not.
I didn't say it's that movie. I said there is a movie.
I challenge your movie reference name to my movie reference. I don't want to. I don't want to be wrong, okay? I just want to be like Cam Newton and say how I feel, regardless if I'm wrong or right. But there was a movie. I think it was Goodfellas. I think it was Goodfellas. One of those movies, okay?
The Jackie Chan movie?
No.
I'm kidding.
You're thinking of Rush Hour, okay? No. Where they said, oh yeah, something about the good thing about being Catholic is you can do whatever you want and then confess your sins on Sunday. Oh, we're clear. I think that was, my sister would know. She's still on there. My sister would know. Rumble in the Bronx. In your face. Rumble in the Bronx.
Okay.
Oh, see, I had it right. First of all, I had it right. You had it wrong. I am vindicated. I didn't know we were. I didn't know we were already using the refs to go to. Hold on, let's figure it out.
Baseball reference, by the way.
Yeah, but that's what I'm afraid of, is that people over, hey, since he could do it, then hey, whatever. What's the point of even, whatever? So
yeah,
so
and that's a good point there though too. I mean, that is a good point. It's a slippery slope, and in the end, it really comes down to the NFL and Roger Goodell if he's even going to be allowed to come back.
Oh yeah.
In all seriousness, it's going to come to that, because if he comes back, I guarantee there's going to be some kind of suspension, right?
I would assume, but I mean, the 5 years off, I don't know. I would assume to show that we're going to punish him still, but I don't know. But I know what you're saying, and I assume that because that's how Goodell rolls. But let me I know we're prolonging it. Last 5 minutes, okay? I have a.
Hey, we got a 3 minute. Yeah, we got a 3 minute closing intro. So really, no, I'm just kidding.
Look at. Okay. At the final preparations for the show, the big scandal is Rossellini, the writer, and Mike Vrabel were seen at a hotel at an exclusive resort in Arizona, holding hands, and I don't have the pictures, but holding hands, and they're sitting there by the pool, whatever, and it looks bad. And her talking about, oh, Max Crosby wants to be a Patriot. Oh, like she's like an inside, like she's helping the Patriots. Oh, AJ Brown, Eagles, he really wants to be a and now you're seeing with the coach, the head coach. Both of them are married. Both of them, not to each other. Both of them are married. Now, should Roger Goodell pressure the Patriots like they did with John Gruden?
Yes. Has nothing to do with
because
John
if they
Gruden.
don't,
because
if they don't,
the NFL is condoning adultery.
And no, but not just that though. No, not even the adultery part. You have a writer who is almost helping the coach and the team acquire star players. But I thought he wants,
like they keep saying that Brady's doing.
Well, Brady is not doing that. He's an announcer. He has the right, but he's not out there saying. He's not out there saying.
Devil's advocate too. She's just writing it.
Yeah, I know she's writing it. That's how she gets her news. Boo! Hey, I don't know if you meant that, but hey, that was a. All right, that's our show. Hey, you gotta end on. Hey, she's writing it. I know she is. That's why we're talking about it. That is our show, everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching the show. We had a lot of people in the views and a lot of people in the comments. Good seeing you, Devon. It's been a while. Good seeing you, Devon. Vincent, Ed, Demon King, Anna, my sister. I saw my fiance in there, my mom. I know I saw more. We
saw Alex.
I saw Pig's Pig. And Pig's Pig, you better be ready for when we can start doing the fantasy league, okay? Because I'm ready to get my belt. Speaking of, Jeff was in there. So, and Arcadio, who brought in that final vindication video of Cam Newton.
Vindication. It just solidified what I was fucking saying. I was scared. Jesus fucking H Christ.
Sorry, I had to fact check. But I want to say thank you and appreciate everybody. Next week, Demon King's going to be on. And then we prepare for the draft, which I will be live. I need to get the flyer up. A lot of stuff is going on. Well, but I'm taking the show live to Oakland, and I promise it'll be on the air. Unlike
he promises he's going to do everything he can because situations are better. That'll be live on this channel.
Yes, I don't want to speak on what happened because they talked about doing something after the draft, so I'm not going to say nothing. But everything was against me. I was able to put the at least the people who were there at the facility, at the venue, was able to do and watch what they were supposed to watch and everything. I just couldn't relay it back because it was just, and I knew that was going to happen. I was trying to make the impossible possible, but this time it's a little better. And also with the help of my sister, she helped out very, very, very much with what I'm trying to do. So always appreciate my sister for helping. And then my fiance allowing me to spend some money on things I need. So I appreciate her too, because you always got to make sure that the woman, the wife, the girlfriend, the fiance, that they are approve of everything. So, all righty. Thank you very much. I saw many last words.
Fuck Cam Newton and the challenges out there.
You heard it here. We end every show like we always do with a word from Coach Wallace, aka Raider Milt. Keeping this memory alive. Know your history. You know how it goes. All right. Good night. And we'll see you next week. Later.
All you other NFL teams, your tailgates are weak. Your teams are weak. We might be down right now, but it doesn't take away the history. And all you Raiders out there need to know your fucking history of who the fuck you playing for and where the fuck you're playing. Damn it. Oh, and by the way, I won my last cage fight. Again, I'm still undefeated. And you NFL motherfuckers out there that you think you want some, come on and get some anytime.